Okay, I guess we're doing this. So hey guys, NintendoCapriSun here, welcome back to Apollo Justice. We are on the 4th case, and this is officially about as screwed up as I've ever seen. Good morning! So, you're Vera, right? I'm Theriouthly. Theriouthly right. That's right with a W, but not right, right? Yeah, that's gonna make a lot of sense. We're on your side. Like nationwide. You can tell us anything. Oh, hey. She speaks. It's alive! No, not bad, not bad. But I think you do better with a little smile, you know? You're so pretty. You need to sell yourself, you know? No. Let's... yeah, really. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. She speaks in emojis. She's kind of like those people from The Leftovers, if you've ever seen that show. There she goes with the nail polish again. Here goes that glass of milk again. Boy, I tell you. It's cultured milk, alright. Oh, here we go. Want to try? Sure? Oh, girls. Yeah. Well, at least we can get... What the... This guy's got paint all over himself. Jeez. Yeah. Well, the thing is... You know, people are all worried about him forging the paintings. What about him stealing the painting? Is that any better? Why not just steal the painting and sell it? I mean, I guess... I don't know. I don't know, man. It's like if I were gonna rip off somebody's song, I wouldn't go out there and... you know, find the studio and steal the original recordings and copy them over. Well, we will now, begin the trial of Vera Mitchum. I don't know. Are you okay, Hoser? The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time, and may indeed alter our legal system forever. Okay. Gotcha. The jurists will function like a jury. It is hoped their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will. Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom? Because they're watching on YouTube. Or Twitch. 3 closed-circuit cameras watch this courtroom at all times. The jurists have access to everything that transpires. Punch. Jurists, judge well and judge cool. Now you see here, Mary Ann. Ah! I was going to say that. My apologies. It's just I felt it, you know, in the moment. Judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind. The jurists are unbound by the letter of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but by their feelings. And we're about to find out just what effect they're going to have. Oh, well, if that's the case, then I don't think we're going to have a problem here. The victim is the painter Drew Mitchum. He was killed in his own studio with green paint on his nose. His coffee was poisoned, by whom you may ask? By none other than the defendant, Vera Mitchum. Oh, straight away, huh? There wasn't any poison in the coffee. Actun, someone has been doing their homework. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself. Ooh. Yep. The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death. Ugh, I don't think I want to know. Man. According to this report, the victim's death was caused by atroquinine poisoning. A chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere point. Woo! That's not much at all. Jeez. Ugh, alright. Very poetically stated, sir. I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety. Oh no. Here we go. The witness will state his... Oh, great. We get to do this voice again! Wonderful. What? Oh, right. Well, for starters, my name is Spark Brushel. My job is a lone observer of the world. He's Burger Pants! In other words, a freelance journalist, right? If you don't mind, I'd like to state something here for the record. Yes, Mr. Brushel. I dislike conclusions, specifically the jumping to aspect of conclusions. Preconceptions make Park Sandbox of endless desert waste, end quote. But you were a journalist. You said so yourself yesterday. Huh, well, that is true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to the story. Scoop turns Mr. Brushel into that Mr. Brushel, end quote. Ugh, this is gonna get old. This is gonna get very old. Alright, simple case now, Gavin. For me, the jury is still out. Be careful, be careful. Alright. I visited the studio around 9 o'clock that night to do the interview. The first outsider to enter the atelier, journalistic history made, end quote. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next? Star falls, end quote. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time. Well, there was you. That does sound like a simple case. Unless you were the one who poisoned him. Oh, what are you saying, Judge? Need I remind you, the cameras are rolling today. I felt the need to be a bit dramatic. You didn't do it, did you? Me do a thing like that? Come on, that's like newspaper making the news, end quote. Oh, well, that's kind of how it is already, so... Or even contemporary witch hunt, end quote. I know, wild accusations rock courtroom, end quote. Rock indeed, yeah. I'm so happy for him, so happy, you know it. Very well, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please. Well, I already see where the problem is, but... but I don't know... Visited the studio around 9 o'clock. We might as well start with the usual here. 9 at night. Isn't that a little late for an interview? If the great painter Drew Mitchum says come at 9, believe you me, I go at 9. The first and, as it turned out, last interview with such a prolific painter. Right. Can you tell us what it was like when you arrived? The first outsider to enter the Etelzorn. I don't even care about that. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. I'm just gonna... Because that's the problem right there. It's ridiculous. Like, you say that for sure? For sure? Sure, I'm sure. Drew's studio isn't a big place, kiddo. I'd know it if someone else had come in. What if they had been hiding in there from before? Nope. Even if someone had been hiding in the studio, they hardly could have poisoned that mug without anyone noticing. You think I, Spark Brushel, would miss something as obvious as that? No way. Well, I mean... yeah, I suppose. There has to be something there. Yeah. Visit the studio one night to do the interview. Okay, well, I was kind of thinking that might lead to something else, but... Well, I haven't really looked at my... Let me get back over to this and just see something here. Because what do we actually have here? Well, not much of anything, really. There's a... Oh god. Okay, I get it. Shut up, shut up! Sure, I guess. It would be wrong of me not to. That was an Amber Alert on my phone. I couldn't get it. Oh, gee, that scared the living crap out of me. I couldn't get it to shut up either. That was Brunswick, Ohio. That's not that close. Well, I mean, it is kind of close, but... Ugh. No, I don't really see much, so I'm going to go back and press the rest of these. You were the first reporter ever into a studio. You were the first person ever, practically. Posterity will look back on that night as a turning point in journalistic history. A basically insignificant step for all of mankind. But a giant step for that Brussels guy. If no one on the outside ever had access to the studio, then it would serve to reason that the deed was done by an insider. Yeah. This epoch-making interview. His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. Okay, so right after you started. Would you mind being a little more specific? Yeah, let's... Oh, let me tell you, I enjoy a cuppa. In fact, it all began when I was in 3rd grade. No, wait, 4th grade. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, really. Well, now, if you've got a question to ask, you'd best straight up ask it. That's what I tell all the new recruits several times if necessary. Okay. Yeah! Who touched the coffee? Boy, this reminds me of like that old school Phoenix, right? With these victims going off on tangents like this. Okay, you were. So you don't really know, well... Shoot. Okay, this is kind of weird too, but... yeah, really. Starfalls, huh? It's like an old telegram. Send money over. Zowie, you don't know? That's like a journalism code word. An important personage passes away, a starfalls. Get it? Well, that's not the point. No, they just appear to, relative to... whatever. Oh boy, this is good stuff, good stuff! How about star breaks? Nah, lacks punch. I know, star dies. Nah, lacks imagination. Of course you could go with Drew dies. Straight to the point. I like it. Okay, alright. Let's, I'm gonna go through all 3 of these, I think. About when Mr. Mission passed away. Oh boy, what a scene that was. He puts his coffee mug down with a crash, right? And then the cold finger of death touches his spine. Ugh. So cold was that touch, he could not but tremble uncontrollably. Oh. Yep. I'll tell you what, man. To describe that a little more simply. Well, as you can imagine, I was pretty surprised. He hit the floor, as they say. Artist Caesar, his final performance. Yeah. Some of us want to be able to sleep tonight. Oh, you're telling me. Oh yeah, well I want details. Lots of juicy details. Our last year's hit single. There you go. I knew that was his song. I thought they were gonna hold back on that, and like only maybe only a few people would be able to remember that was his song, and somehow that would tie into it. Very important. Yes, sir. And then all we gotta do is present the autopsy report. Well, actually, says death by poisoning. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, what was on the first? No, there's nothing there, though. Well, okay. How slow acting are we talking about here? Because didn't somebody say it takes like 15 minutes? I mean, I really would hope that I mean, I don't know. When I think of spasms, I think you do it for 1 or 2 minutes and then, you know, you're gone. But, I don't know. I'll try pressing it first and just see what happens. You say it was definitely death by poison. How can you be so sure? Hey, look, I'm a journalist. I've seen a lot of things, and I've had more than my share of experiences with so-called poisonings. Man eats fishy fish, goes bye-bye, end quote. Ugh. Yeah, let's move on. Brushless coffee. So you drank the coffee that Vera served you, too. Of course. When someone serves you coffee, you drink it. That's what my old boss always used to say. Never did get what he meant by it, though. But you're still alive, which is to say you didn't die. Of course not. No point falling before you're a star, end quote. There is a lot of grimacing in this so far. You know the poison was on the rim, not in the coffee. Oh yes, yes. There were 2 cups on the tray she brought, and one of the cups had Theriouthly's signature painted on the side. No chance the guest would take that one by mistake, I guess. Oh, Mr. Justice, was that testimony important? Yeah, sure. We're gonna add it all, baby. You drank the coffee too, but you're not dead yet. Alright, is this... When we press the first one, it gave me a chance to do the second one. Maybe not press the second one. It'll let me do the third one from here. Yes, quite. I gulped it down. I felt that sweet scorch in my throat. But you say the victim took 1 sip and fell over. And you still kept drinking? Of course. Drink your coffee when it's hot, never when it's not. That's what my old boss used to say. Oh, good lord. Sure. The moment of death. So, oh, here we go. You say Mr. Misham had the coffee too, but did you actually see him drink the coffee? Of course! He who sees it wins. Well. Wow. I kind of like that line. Yet. I guess I can't say I saw him drink it, really. He had 1 so-called sip of that. Man puts lips to mug, drinks, end quote. Yeah, well, I mean, he wouldn't even have to take a sip. All he'd have to do is touch his lips to it. Huh. What are you getting at with all this? Does this guy have a pause button? Well, Mr. Justice, did you find that testimony valuable? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over. Oh yes, yes, you can go to press with that one. Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the testimony. Please do. Vital, right. Vital Signs, the last song on Moving Pictures by Rush. He had 1 sip of that, the next moment he was on the floor. Okay. So he either took a sip or he didn't, and then fell over. Oh yes, indubitably. Just like that, wham bam. Yeah, well... No, we got most of what we need here. The problem with the testimony is already pretty obvious. No one else entered the room besides her the whole time, yeah. Oops. Oh, okay, where did it put those other statements then? You visited the studio around 9. First outsider and enter, blah blah blah. I brought us coffee, he had 1 sip of that, the next moment he was on the floor. Okay, well, I think now is where we want to... Let me see. Well, I don't know, I'm kind of torn. Is it the autopsy report, or... So yeah, the autopsy report really contradicts it, and we don't know enough about the time for that to be a thing. On the other hand, the mug itself is just a slow acting. I kind of feel like that's more of a... Let's see here. You know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison used. Ooh. Well, this is kind of what I was thinking from the beginning, but I wasn't sure if... I wasn't sure enough about it, to be honest. Maybe I should have been. Yummy Gatorade. Uh-oh. Yeah, clavier. Wait till you hear this one. No siree. There you go. What? According to one forensic scientist, who I love, it's one of the most virulent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes. Time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Where is my mouse cursor? It's not on the screen, is it? Okay, it's over there. See, sometimes I'll go and check Skype in the middle of while I'm doing this, and then I end up forgetting to move the cursor back out of the way. Stupid me. If we suppose that the moment Mr. Mitchum sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have had time left to enjoy his last cup of joe. Ooh, oh god, look at this guy. Man. Order! What's the meaning of this? If what the defense says is correct, well, that contradicts the entire testimony we just heard. Well, Mr. Brushel Sprout, anything to say on the record? Yes, and this Dell pop-up is the other thing. Let's exit out of that. Ooh, no. Ooh, hello. Alright. Enough of that. Even then, it had already begun digging its claws into the journalist. Uh-oh. It's Brushel, yeah? Hair Brushel. Let's take a dump back down memory lane. Huh? Did the victim really die the instant he took a sip? Think it over. This is vital. He's giving him a chance to lie. He's not telling him what to say. I think that was a not-so-subliminal suggestion. Oh. I admit, it does cause a problem if he died when you say he died. I'd be forced to say Auf Wiedersehen to my simple case. And you would be forced to say farewell to your article, probably more like to your career. Nope. Whoa! Whoa, what are you doing? What is he doing? Oh my god! What is that behind his ear? Is that a screwdriver? I'm not seeing this right now. This guy must have a really good immune system, let me tell you. Look, wait just a second. Just 1 second. We're waiting. Out with it. I think I just recalled a so-called important detail. A revival of recollection, end quote. A story survival, end quote. Attorney utterly confused, end quote. Nice. Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I'd heard of poison that takes its sweet time, see? Not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently. Mr. Brushel, are you saying you noticed something that explains what happened? You bet I am. The antidote for a poisonous contradiction, end quote. Bad. Thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee. You do? Well, let's hear it, because I can't imagine who you would possibly think it would be. As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony that Mr. Mitchum died the instant after he drank. Of course I'm standing by my testimony, and my dream of exclusive rights to the story. suppose it was too much to hope for. Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him. Oh, Phoenix, you dog. Phoenix, right, who else? Report for us if you would. What is it that you noticed? This court is a critical trial of the jurist system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed. After Tim blows his nose. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note? What does that even have to do with anything? Yes, he had a look on his face. The man's face inscrutable as a quadratic... Ugh. Yeah, well, I don't know. Depends on how crazy they are, I guess. I mean, no, I don't mean to imply anything by that. I'm not saying, like, you know... Well, I feel like I might maybe, you know, hit a nerve with people trying to say stuff like that. Oh, you know, the crazy people do that or something. It's a crazy thing to do, but if you are crazy or something... I'm crazy. I mean, look at me, like I have any right to speak. Let's start here. Is there anyone in the studio other than Mr. Misham? Just his daughter, yes. Anyone besides those two? Not a single one. Not a cat, not a rat, not even a mouse. The only person who didn't belong into that studio there was you, wasn't it? Haha. I know what you're doing. I know your game. Ew. Ramsden phenomenon. I may have to Google that. If you intend to suggest that this reporter is a suspect, I'm sure you also intend to present evidence supporting that assertion. In the meantime, let's move on. Yeah, well... He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. Okay, so we have a problem here. Because if he's talking about the letter that I think he's talking about, then that's impossible. You arrive 15 minutes ahead of schedule, okay. The handle turns, the door opens, and I barge in. You don't knock? Mr. Misham sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into that yellow envelope as fast as he could. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was one. Okay, it's a yellow envelope, yeah. Yeah. This might be it. I don't know. It might be. The thing is, we have no reason to believe that that's... I mean, he said he was writing the letter. So I don't think that the letter we have is the one... You heard it was left at the crime scene, huh? Alright, well, let's just see what he's talking about here. You saw him seal this yellow envelope with the letter. Because there could have been 2 envelopes there. I mean, there could have been 1,000,000 envelopes there. Yeah, well, they seem to be pushing for that in that direction. Alright, well, hang on. Wait a minute. Did it set me back in the middle of that or something? Okay, here. The thing is, I don't see why it has to be this envelope though. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but I'm gonna try it. As just so happens, there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope! Whoa! Okay, that was cool. Yes. Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no. But her forehead. It's easy to mistake the color of an envelope. Oh, please. You gotta be kidding me. I guess. But not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already. 7 years ago! I can explain that. You see, he's a time traveler. Oh. Oh. Actually... I don't know. It is possible. Yeah, we did, but nothing in the letter says that it had to have come from 7 years ago, right? Couldn't you have just made that deal like a couple weeks ago or something? Or like you made it now? Uh-oh. Maybe I didn't look at it, or maybe I'm not remembering something in the note. Yeah, that's right. Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misham. Why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself. Ooh. Yeah, you have. Man, this guy is so weird. Okay, alright. Mr. Reed, can you explain this to the court? Oh, my, how could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. I'm not reading it over. Yeah, you tell that asshole. Well, that's the thing, see. Where did this music come from? Jeez. After he put the letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. And you were just standing there watching this the whole time. You think you saw him put it? No, it was empty. It was empty. Oh, how I wish I did. Oh, well, Dude, you gotta stop all that suicide crap, like, seriously? Ugh. Sounds like a song out of Final Fantasy VI. Mr. Drew Misham, I've deposited the $100,000 in the designated account. Yeah, a little more than it was 7 years ago. I don't know. So the envelope was from 7 years ago, but who's to say he didn't, like, put the letter in there deliberately? I don't know. So am I finished here? I mean, am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing. You go nowhere! Uh-oh. What's happening here? Everybody's like, nope. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that rather unique face. Ah. Nope. Even I noticed something, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. Starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about. You got it. Please, continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story. What? Why are we talking about this now? Oh my god. Yeah, well, I mean, okay. The scent of a story. This is a weird tangent we're going on here. Actually, it took a bit of work to get a thumbs up from the interview. Reporter leverages story, gets his interview, end quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. That red envelope probably has something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. Okay. Well, yes. I mean, no. It wasn't exactly black, or, I mean, I'm not... Look! This is my story, my tidbit. You know... Why, you had me chatting away in here. What's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story? They could be going to press while I'm going to waste. Pick up the pace. I need to pick up the pace on his account. I know, isn't it weird? Alright, well... Actually took a bit of work to get a thumbs up on the interview, so... Ooh, we got the bracelet here, huh? Well... Let's see what happens here. The story concerned a certain... What? Did he wiggle his ear? I saw him wiggle his ear. That is so nasty, like, really. Let's just watch here. I thought I saw his ear wiggle. I'm just gonna look one more time here. Let me just go back to pressing for a little bit here. Maybe it can clue me in on which statement I need to be looking at here. So I'm torn between like the third and fifth, but I didn't see anything on either one. I checked them both. Oh, little one, like I said. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing in between. I might have suggested I had a lead on this particular story, but I didn't threaten or cajole or nothing, honest. That is a little weird. Alright, so definitely want to look at this, though. A certain case 7 years ago. Tell us, what case? Let me say one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I can't talk about that case. Uh-oh. Ugh. Journalist reveals sources only over his dead body. So what'll it be? Gonna strangle me? Dead men don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney. Jeez. No, I guess not. The red envelope probably had something to do with it. Forgot what we were even talking about here. On the one hand, we have your story, and on the other, this letter. Okay, yeah, that's right. What makes you think the two are related? Oh, hey, I was just saying it's possible. I say a lot of things. If you want to pick them all apart, be my guest. All of them? No, just the incredibly suspicious ones. Okay, and then we have this last one where he says... This has to be... I feel like this has to be it. Aw. Cooey boy, I mean, hey, he's a star, man, a star! The flow of his brush is like a great undulating river across the canvas. Wow. Oh, time to bring out you-know-what. Bang, bang. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, that's what, I mean, that's what it's sounding like. Okay, let me get back to where I was here. Let me see. It's when he talks about talent, like, I guess he's lying there. It makes me think maybe it's the movement of the hand. As in, like, painting or something. Okay, this guy's a tough nut to crack, let me tell you. Say what you will. Try to stuff in his pockets, I don't know. he like a twitch in his elbow or something? Good lord. I keep messing with the volume by accident as I move this thing around. Okay, it's gotta be like a... Let's see, maybe go like sweaty armpits or something. Good lord. Wow. Wait a minute. Oh my god, are you serious? No way, I gotta see that again. That's... Hang on a second. Was there something there that wasn't there before? Oh my god. How in the world? Well... Yeah, well... A man can't help his glands, you know? It's more than that. It's more than that. Oops. Houston, we have a problem. Oh my god, I can't believe they did that. Because I actually thought about that earlier. Like, it probably took me like 6 or 7 minutes to find that. And I thought about it like almost right away. But I didn't... Why didn't I just go look for it? I just didn't think they would actually do that. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. It just so happens I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in that letter. Yeah, you do. You mean like the real talent? Ah, sorry. It's my nose, man. It's never gonna stop. There are two problems with this painting. The first is, it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. Second is, there was another painting in the studio, which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. Then we have a letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. A rather shady one at that. Oh yeah. Suck on that.